Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Eating While Broke. I'm your host, Coline Witt, and today we have very special guests. Jay Holiday's in the building.
What's up? What's up?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Eating while broke. Eating while broke.
I don't know if you really need an introduction. I'm trying to find some more ways to have fun with some of your hottest singles. I like to. I have my one good jab, but I feel like it's all nothing can compare to that one text. I had this group text before when we booked you. I was like, we got Jay Holiday. I had to put it to bed, and it took everyone a whole day
To get it?
to get it, or I think just to respond
Dang.
or whatever. I know I was sad. I was like, yo,
messed up.
someone's gonna chime back right away. But I got one haha, and that's all I needed. Yeah, it was awesome, right? If I was your friend, I would be.
That would have been great.
I would have made
That
a
would've
lot
been
of
great.
a lot of fun puns in your text.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would have been amazing. I mean, but it's been a while though. So
It's been a while,
Yeah.
and I was like, who would I really like to sit down with? And I was like, Jay Holiday has to be on this list.
for sure.
Yeah,
Why is that though?
I loved your. I played your record 100 million times.
Mhm.
Well, yeah, I liked it.
Okay.
So take me back to what you were eating when you were broke.
Oh man. Well, I'm not even gonna necessarily broke because it was this meal goes. Well, it starts in high school. Just cooking noodles as a teenager. So this is beef. Everybody knows the all famous ramen noodles. A lot of people love chicken. I don't know.
Yeah, I love the
Who's
chicken
favorite?
ramen.
I could.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we got some.
I saw
chicken
beef
on
ramen.
there.
I said, damn, I forgot.
You
beef.
want me to do chicken?
Nah,
I can do
well,
chicken instead.
as long as
Okay.
it's not real beef, I don't care.
Oh man.
I don't eat red
Well,
meat.
this is beef. So,
Mhm.
so should I not do the hot dogs? Cause that's red meat.
That's red meat.
Yeah, that's.
It's okay. I can
that's
eat
beef.
around it.
You sure?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I risk one. I'll eat beef and then I'll just get sick for
Cause
like
I can
a
leave
week.
that out.
It's
Just
all
do the
good.
cabbage.
No. All right, tell us the ingredients.
Okay, so I got cabbage here.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Some green onions. That's for last. That we just gonna top it off with that. That's.
Okay.
It's like garnish.
I was
just to make it
really
look good.
respecting the green onions. I said, man, I don't know how broke he was. Green
And
onions.
no, I mean this is vegetables. Vegetables are never
Okay.
expensive. You know what I mean?
Cabbage and green onions don't really count. Does cabbage count as a vegetable? It's like water.
Yeah,
What do you get from it?
I think so. I mean, well, that's neither here nor there.
Okay,
But
okay.
no.
So you
and
got
then
some
we
hot
have
dogs?
The sliced hot dogs, beef hot dogs. They could have gotten vegan hot dogs. I didn't know.
That's all good. It's all
So yeah, so I'm gonna start on the cabbage because that's gonna take a little second.
So this is your version of gourmet ramen.
Yeah, it's sauced up a little bit. I mean, really, it was the hot dogs and the ramen.
Okay.
But as I got older, then it's like
Throw a little cabbage in
you know what I'm saying? Make me feel like I'm actually eating a meal
Okay.
when I'm really broke. You know what I
When you
mean?
really
So,
broke.
yeah.
So take me back to high school. What was going on? What kind of home did you grow up in? 2-parent, 1-parent, single mom, single dad?
My dad died when I was 11, so that's why I said in high school because when he was alive, he was cooking all the time. My mom cooked, but he was more so the, I guess, the actual chef
Okay.
of the family. So it wasn't no noodles and stuff like that. But so this high school, she working, so I'm always in the kitchen with her, learning how to cook and
Okay.
all that stuff. So I mean,
Were you both?
This
learn-
isn't
if,
really
if
cooking.
he was
but
the main cook, were you guys both learning together after?
No. I mean, she came up in a Southern family, so she cooked. But my dad was just
Better.
that was more his
Okay.
his therapeutic thing.
Oh, okay.
After work, he was a mechanic, so that was more therapeutic for him. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He was good at it. But yeah, this is just high school. Me and my singing groups, and my mom's at work, and I want to eat something when I get home. So, but then it carries on to when I'm actually that starving artist.
Yeah.
Later on when I moved to Atlanta, so
Okay. So you originally from DC?
from Washington D.C. Yeah, well the DMV area because I moved around. We moved around a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, we moved around a whole lot.
Middle class, poor,
Um,
rich, rich.
nah, I would say we was middle class.
Mm-hmm.
And then when my dad passed away, it was just my mom.
Mm-hmm.
He was in the military, so I got I got benefits being his child,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, military benefits once they pass away is not.
What kind of
It's
benefits
not
does the
it's not
military
amazing.
give?
They give you money. I mean, they send you money every month.
Really?
Yeah.
After and did
If
your
somebody
mom
passes away.
got benefits too or no, or just his kids?
Ain't no
I don't
telling.
know. I don't know how the military
I
works.
never was in my mom's business, so
Oh, okay.
I knew
Okay.
what I got.
Okay. Okay, so you got a check.
Yeah, I got it set.
Okay. While you were in high school?
When I went to high school, when I applied for college,
Okay.
I applied to Morehouse and Clark. I got into both. Decided to go to Clark. Then, right before school started, I was like,
You got cold feet?
Nah, it wasn't even the cold feet. I hated school.
Okay.
I already hated school. You know what I mean? School. I didn't feel like school was teaching me anything. It was boring. I just did it because my mom wanted me to graduate from high school. So it was like, all right.
But then you applied for the colleges to appease her too?
In the beginning, I think so. But when you come from a certain place, you want financial aid. So I'm like, the first time I got drunk was college orientation.
Ever in life?
Yeah.
Wow. But I heard college is wild. Like I'm a college dropout, junior college, so I don't even know if that counts.
Yeah, the first time I got drunk was college orientation, and my mom was down the street because my grandmother, they're from North Carolina, but my grandmother spent a lot of her time down, and actually in this area. So my mom's at my grandmother's house, and I'm getting drunk for the first time. So I'm thinking to myself, if I'm getting drunk and my mom's down the street, what's gonna happen when my mom go home? You know what I'm saying? I'm about to basically fuck this financial aid up. So that was the fear for me. You know what I mean? It was like, I done came this far without disappointing her. You know what I mean? I don't want to start now.
Oh, that's so
You know what I'm
sweet.
saying? And
But what do you mean mess the financial aid up?
Because I probably
it's free
would have
money.
messed up in school.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? I already didn't like it.
Now, when did you realize you wanted to pursue music?
Well, that was gonna be my major. I was going.
Oh, you were going to school for music?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should have dropped out.
See what I'm saying?
Decision.
So
You'll be in 2024 talking about, well, I'm a teacher.
right, basically.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean?
We're like, and I still have student loans.
And then my group was at home,
Okay.
so it was leaving them. I could get a job. We could still pursue our career. I could have some money, whatever, so.
So you decide to drop out. How
You
does?
sure?
Yeah, go
Before
for
I
it.
put these in.
Go for it.
All right.
You know. If y'all see me a little sick over the next couple of days,
Come on. Yeah, just don't eat the hot dog. Don't eat the hot dog.
I'm gonna skip around it.
Okay.
I'll take a little nibble. So you end up dropping out of school, but you said you had a group back at home.
Yeah, my singing group. I mean, I never went. I went to
Oh.
college orientation.
And then
that was
that's
it for me.
it.
I
You
deferred.
got drunk during orientation?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay. Okay.
So I deferred for a year. She was like, well, you don't have to decide right now. Cool, bet. So,
So you went back to live with her?
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Did she make you get a day job?
Yeah, she said, but you know what the stipulation is.
Yeah. What were the stipulations if you drop out?
You gotta get a job if you're not gonna go to school right now.
Okay. Did she make you pay bills?
Nah. I had a car and everything.
She was nice.
But remember, I'm getting the money from my dad.
Okay.
So I'm like one of the few kids in school. Like, we in the hood, but
How much are they breaking off, these military kids? You was a teenager getting like $1,500 checks?
probably around that.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, it wasn't like I was walking around in Jordans and stuff. My parents were frugal. So
But the money you said was going to you, so what was you spending the money on?
I got a car.
Oh, you got a car.
My car note.
You had a car note in high school?
And clothes, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you was fly. Okay, okay.
Not even that, though, because I had a job, so I'm like, I got to get back and forth to work.
Okay, but you a teenager. So what's the next milestone? Balling teenager.
I move out. One of my group members was my roommate, and I was about 19, and yeah, we move out. We're doing the group stuff. we lived together for about a year before
Still in the
we all
DMV?
made the decision to move to Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we left our jobs. I had 2 jobs at the time. We left our jobs. I had a corporate job and then I had a part-time. Because mind you, I've been working since I graduated. I would start working 2 months out of high school. Like
Okay.
that's how.
Doing what though?
I was a file clerk at a law firm.
Oh, a file clerk? Okay.
Yeah, at a law firm. So yeah, then we decided to move to Atlanta, and that's where the broke starts.
That's where the real broke starts. And was your mom on board with the move? She was supportive?
I mean, it wasn't really her choice. I mean, my mom's a preacher, so for her it was kind of like, all right. She knew if I put my mind to it, I'd probably succeed, you know. But, you know, she wasn't really too keen on the secular music. You know,
I was about to say,
she
like,
wasn't against it, but
you played that single for her comfortably?
yeah. My
Did
bad
you
if
do a
I stepped out the
preface?
frame.
Did you do a preface to it? Like, hey mom,
'Cause
I prayed to
over-
Jesus before.
It wasn't
and
overly sexual.
It,
I mean, it was. I mean, yeah, if you could read and write, but still.
wasn't overly sexual?
I mean, it sounded more
Is
like.
that how you convinced?
like
Is
a
that
nursery.
you sound like I'm your mom, and this is how you convince her? It's not that
It
bad,
sounded
mom.
more like a nursery rhyme. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Don't you think?
Well, what'd your mom think?
She was proud. I think more so for her, it was the fact that I pursued it and I did it.
Mm-hmm.
So for her, she did. I don't even think it dawned on her what it was about, or you know what I mean.
But before
Until the interviews start coming.
Until the what?
The interviews, and then people. Then now the subject matter of the song is being talked about. So
Then she got a little uncomfortable? Damn, wait. I don't even want to get there yet. Wait,
Okay,
tell me
okay.
how, before you get to the top of the mountain, I want to know, like, what transpired between you moving to Atlanta, being broke, before the singles.
well, so we moved into TA Anthony Tate. He moved us. You have someone go this.
Yeah, right there.
Okay, got you. Thank you. He moved us to Atlanta, and basically, he was gonna get us a deal, and we was gonna sign, and you know, the dream. And
What was the deal like? Was it a good deal, bad deal, looking back? I always hear the first deals are.
he was what they call a production company, like
Okay.
a So Def Bad Boy. So I mean, for us, we made it. You know, even though that wasn't the major deal, we still was like, we making the right steps.
Okay.
They start getting us in the right rooms, you know, with the right writers and the right producers and stuff like
You
that.
didn't write that song? You didn't write
Dream
Bet?
Grow Bed and Suffocate.
Oh, Dream wrote it?
Mm-hmm.
Freaking Dream. Of course Dream wrote it.
Yeah, Dream wrote that.
Okay.
I should probably take this off because it's still sizzling a little bit. Let me just place that right there. But yeah, so he moves us in the house. We do our all our meetings. We sit in front of the L.A. Reeds, like the Craig Cowmans and, you know, heads of labels, you know. And nobody was signing groups. Nobody wanted a group. Everybody was just kind of, well, we like the lead singer though. But me being loyal, I'm like, no, they gotta take the group, which led to us not getting signed, you know. And so after trying to, you know, make that happen, it just didn't work. But I told him, I was like, look, man, we got a couple more meetings set up. If these meetings don't work out, I'm gonna have to
Separate.
do my own thing. Cause I'm on, at that point, I was on 85% of the songs. You know, so I'm like, if we
As
gotta
the
do,
lead, as the kind of lead. I know you're a group, but you were the lead, right?
Yeah, I was what they would call the lead singer.
Yeah.
But so yeah, that's done. So yeah, like it was just, do I want to do this? I'm kind of tired of this music. We got to do all the music because everybody in the industry that would sign us heard what we have. We need to do new stuff, and I just wasn't. You know, I think at that point I had just kind of outgrew it. In the mental state of, I don't know if I have the energy to be doing all the work for everybody, you know?
In the group?
Well, because in a group everybody plays their part, but I still feel like you're only as expendable as you make yourself, really, in any situation. That's in life. But for me, it was just kind of like, oh man, like, I don't know if they want it as bad as I do. I don't have the time to just sit around and just watch them just be on PlayStation or whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
you know.
Like their passion wasn't as heavy? Were you also
but
orchestrating
I just think that
all the
they
moves?
felt complacent into being like, well, we just group members.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So for me, that was just kind of like,
Yeah.
what are we all really here for?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it went from that to that meeting didn't happen. And that meeting was supposed to be with Social Dev. So that meeting didn't really happen. I mean, it didn't happen, and that choice was made. You know, so right now I'm about to sauce pack it.
Okay.
But yeah, that decision was made, so that's what it was. And so, like I said, he moved us. TA moved us into his house, so that's where we were living. So at that point, it was kind of like, all right, well, he's solo, y'all. So I knew he wasn't gonna keep footing the bill for them, so everybody else had to kind of go their separate ways. So I'm there by myself. Might end up with one of these meals on one of those nights. 'Cause I'm not making no money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I left my jobs.
And then how did you deal with your band members, or did they have any negative things to say about you when you guys broke up? Oh, you're adding more seasoning to it. Okay.
Yeah, no,
I respect it.
This
We
is
got the garlic powder and onion powder. I respect it.
This is very high end.
Okay.
We know what.
Okay. Okay.
just a little
Okay.
bit. Not much.
Okay.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
ain't never seen somebody season the seasoning, but
For real? Oh.
no, I don't think so.
that's
Except
a,
for Bone Thugs. Bone Thugs went to town. They was at a Miracle Whip and mustard and mayo
Oh
and
no,
all
that's
types of stuff.
That's something else. But
I think they call that the spread. Something like the
I don't know
spread.
what they call that. It sounds crazy.
That sounds like jailhouse meals. you know?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Oh, it looks legit. It looks good. It looks really good.
I mean, you may or may not like it. Who knows?
I'm gonna tell you, just from eyeballing it, it's gonna be salty.
It's
When was
gonna
the
be
last?
salty?
When was the last time you had this?
Well, see, I don't.
It looks good though.
I don't use this particular brand at the moment.
Oh.
Yeah, because of the.
Salt?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because
Okay.
I mean, you don't have to use the whole pack, but I figured this. You said you wanted.
I
You
want
wanted that
I don't
one.
want that one. I
I
want
don't
the original.
necessarily-
I want the original. It looks good though.
I don't necessarily eat this, but yeah, you know. So
Okay. Let's
I
try
wish
it.
I had a serving something, but
Here, we have those. We have. What do you want?
okay, yeah. A serving something. You heard what I said.
Like a serving spoon. Don't burn yourself.
I won't.
A lot of
I
people.
turned them off already.
Okay. Here we go. You got this. Make
And
it
I
look
didn't
pretty.
break my noodles, which most people do, so this
Oh,
doesn't happen.
Oh, okay.
But I guess it's just deciding to
Here,
give
let me
you all
help
of
you
it.
out. Let me help you out. I'm
You
gonna
gonna
try.
help me out, cause
I'm gonna try.
yeah, see, it's not working.
No, it's
'Cause
not.
usually-
You should have broke the noodles, man.
Usually
Yeah.
one person would eat this, so it would just go on the plate.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
We had this discussion
got it.
before, guys. Here we go.
There we go. All right,
There we
got
go.
it.
Separated.
I'm so sorry for that.
For what?
I apologize. I'm not a chef though, by the way.
I
I think I am, but I'm not.
yeah.
This clearly proves it.
Okay, I got it. There we go.
All right. So
Hot dogs everywhere. We
you
got
know
it.
you don't even have any hot dogs in there. You good? Oh, you got
got
one.
one.
Because you didn't really want none anyway. I'll give you some.
I'll
You
hook
want
you
some
up.
cabbage?
Yeah, I got some cabbage right
You
here.
good? All right.
I just want to do. Can I do the green onion thing?
Absolutely. I was going. Yeah, and you should absolutely do your own. So yeah, I'm at the house by myself, and that's where I guess you could say Jay Holiday was born. That was the beginning of my actual like real solo journey. So yeah, and it was a stand-up decision, but it was a hard decision.
Yeah, of course.
You know, they're my brothers. And what's funny is we just recently started conversing again. So
Are they like, yo, let's bring the group back? You like, nah, I'm good.
One of the guys he was always the funny man of the group. You know, he's gonna always joke about it, but I know he's dead ass serious. But you know, I mean, that's my brother.
What do you say when they you know
Nah,
they
he's
change the subject? You be like, so that game.
He's just like, I can't wait till we all hang out again and we just sing, like not perform together, you know.
They don't ever be like, why don't you have us open for you, man?
Absolutely not.
They've never said that?
That's never gonna happen.
All right, let's try this. Let's see how salty. Let's see how salty or unsalty. You didn't break these noodles.
I didn't.
If I twirl the spoon, the whole noodles is gonna be.
We could just tell you haven't eaten noodles in a while.
What are you talking about? I ate it. I do eating while broke. I eat noodles.
Because I'm done.
Yeah, hold up. Because you didn't break these noodles at all. All right, here we go. Cheers. Cheers. I do that with my daughter, by the way. Not bad. You think it's salty?
I mean,
It's good.
the brand that it is.
Mm-hmm. You
But
actually
no.
taste the hot dogs too.
I usually would leave more water in there, but
It's delicious. It's fine.
it's cool,
fine.
but no, it gets you through though.
It gets you through.
You know.
I've had ramen.
And another good one is hash browns with chili and cheese from Waffle House, but that's another story.
I haven't been to Waffle House yet, guys.
You never been to Waffle House?
No. I think I seen.
It's not a crime, but that's how long you gonna be here. You should go.
I'm gonna be here till Sunday. I'm trying to get Ryan to put together a list.
Go to a club, hang out till 2:00 in the morning, get really drunk, go to Waffle House.
And then
That's the play. That's the real Waffle House experience. You know
and
what I'm
then
saying?
Stacy's also been telling me in Atlanta you got to go to the strip clubs. I'm like, I don't want to go to the strip clubs, but she's like, it's a whole experience here in Atlanta.
I mean, if you want to.
See, that response right there, that's where my head's been living.
It's kind of like, you know, you don't have to. That might not be your cup of tea, so it might just be uncomfortable for you. But it's a time, you know what I mean?
Oh, for real?
Depending on the type of person you are. Are you scared of yourself in there?
Scared of myself? What you mean?
No.
You know what it is? I
The
don't
strip
think I
club
will
has
get
been known to change people.
change people.
No.
I told look, that's Stacy right there. She been trying to get me to go to a strip club. I'm like, I'm not
it could be a
attracted
good
to,
or bad one.
I'm not attracted to women. I can tell if a woman's beautiful,
Right.
but that's as far as it goes. I'll be like, she's beautiful.
But it's a party. It just depends on which one you go to.
Yeah, nah, I'm good.
It's not a necessity, though.
At first, I thought she was talking about going to a male strip club. I was like, but I don't want to see a guy in a thong.
Nah, that strip
terrible.
club is going to change the whole dynamic of the night.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
What
You're in Atlanta.
Okay. Okay.
This ain't no, like, up north male review type of strip club.
Wait, they do have male strip clubs here?
They had one. I think it's closed now.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure.
See, because no woman wants.
I never
to see
went, so I don't
No
know.
woman wants to see a guy in a thong. This is never gonna. There's like nothing masculine about it. It's just completely not masculine at all.
But
But so you're recording this solo album,
Mm-hmm.
and what's your thought process? Are you harder on yourself? Not as hard, thinking everything's a hit? Take me to that mindset.
it was new, you know, not being able to look to my left or right and see my group, you know what I mean? And the fact that I made that decision, it's like I can't fail, you know, because some people that leave their groups don't necessarily prosper, you know, or become successful. But no, I just started recording songs. I didn't even know what my sound was gonna be because I've been with groups for so long, and there's a song on my first album called Fatal. That's actually my group. That's one of the songs that we had. And I said, I have to keep this song. But yeah, I started recording songs, and then eventually I got homesick. I'm like, I'm by myself. So I went home. I went to DC for like 2 months. And I almost didn't come back to Atlanta. It was just one of those moments like, I can always go back to work. You know what I mean? But I got in the studio while I was there and did a song called Back on My Lap. And I always tell everybody this, that That was like my resignation letter. Like, I'm tired.
And how old were you at this tired age?
Well, I was tired of doing that. You know, I was tired of being broke. You know, going from having 2 jobs to nothing, 2 jobs, 2 cars, crib,
To nothing.
to chasing a dream. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I did back on my lap, and at this time I was 23 at the time.
Okay.
22, 23. Of course, when I came out, they said I was 21.
Of course.
Total lie.
Of
But
course, yeah.
I had nothing to do with that. But I did back on my lack, and I sent it to my manager. My manager said, "Get back to Atlanta immediately. We got work to do." Because I guess at that moment they was like, he found his
voice or
his
his
thing.
His thing.
You know what I mean? And from there, we just started. I was like, "But if I come back down there, bro, I need some money."
So that's what I was about to ask. Like, was you doing it on your own money at that point, or did they send you a check or say, "Well, what happened?"
Who sent me a check?
When your manager said, "Come back out here."
Nah, it was just gonna be like, I had family in Atlanta, you know, so I went to stay with family for a little bit. Like my aunt, my mom is one of 11, so there's not too many places on the East Coast that I can go that I ain't got nowhere to stay. You know what I mean? But yeah, so I stayed with my aunt for a little bit, and I told him, I said, if I come back down, though, I gotta get some money, bro. You know, so he got me the gig to reference Suffocate. I was referencing it for Omarion.
What do you mean referencing it?
Just singing the song so they could send it to him. Dream wrote it, so but I guess he didn't want to send his vocals. His vocals weren't bad or nothing. It was just, I guess they wanted to send it with a different voice on it. So I'm not exactly sure. And my manager just said sing it so they can't sell it. Cool. So that's what I did, or at least that's what I thought I was doing. And I got paid $250 to do that. So I was all right, cool. I can make money while we still figuring it out. And long story short, so once I did Back on My Lack, I think at that time I had Fatal, Back on My Lack, a song called Ghetto. That was ended up on the album, and it was a song with 8Ball and MJG called City Boy that didn't make it, but that was my demo, and that's how I got signed.
Off that demo. And then the Suffocate went to Omarion's crew, but you ended up keeping it?
No, I don't know if he heard it. I don't know. That was just what I was told, that I was referencing it for him. And for whatever reason he didn't take it, or he never got it, or I'm not sure on that part. But that comes back in later in the story. It's just I did Suffocate way before I even got signed, before I got my deal.
Okay. So then what happens next?
Capital signed me off the demo. Capital signed me, and
Did you get a nice check?
hell no.
What was the deal looking like?
Because see, my deal was with Music Line, which is that was TA's company, and you know, I mean, production companies basically do deals with the label, you know, and they're basically doing a deal where it's like we're providing the artist. So I'm signed to Capitol, but
You really signed to the production company.
right.
Okay. I'm learning how, I think that's how 85 South is, right? You guys are production companies? Look at them all quiet over there. I do that a lot.
But so yeah, we doing music. I get in with Dark Child. We do Be With Me, which ended up being the first song that we put out with the video. Then it hit, but it didn't quite, you know. It was like, oh, there's a new artist on the scene, but let's see what else he can do. Kind of response, you know. So they was like, bro, we need a single. That's how we got Bed.
And then what was your feelings when Bed took off?
Oh, I didn't like the song when I first heard it. I mean, I'm not gonna say I didn't like the song. That would be a lie. I liked the song. Like I said, Dream wrote it, so he also referenced it. And but when the reference was in falsetto, like from top to bottom. And so while I was trying to record the song, I just was like, I don't want to sing this whole song in falsetto. That just feels stupid to me. Like it was just like, all right, here, there, that's cool, I get it. And yeah, the engineer he was like, well, if you would sing it different, how would you sing it? I said, start it from the top. And that's how it came out.
Okay. So when it does good, where are you? Like, what's your mindset? Are you cocky? Like,
Absolutely. I'm not gonna say I was cocky. I mean, it's for anybody to sit in this position and to sit and lie and don't say they feel a certain kind of way.
yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? Like they would be lying. But
Tell me how you felt.
I mean, I felt good. I felt like I was the shit.
How was you acting? Yeah, was you acting like, hey, I'm the shit?
Well, see, this is the thing. That would be a yes and a no because like I'm very knowledgeable in like the industry and contracts and stuff like that. So even in moments that I might act like that, I might act like I'm cocky or somebody might be like, hey, why you acting arrogant or whatever. I can also back it up on the being knowledgeable. I'm not just an artist. And they hated that. They hated that about me.
Who's they?
Just label people. And, you know, they don't like smart artists.
What do you mean?
They want you as dumb as you come.
Were you asking questions like, where's my checks at?
No. It was just, they just never could get over on me.
Okay.
They never could change me. They never could make me bend to their will.
What types of things were they asking you to do that would be like bend to your will?
Just if I feel uncomfortable, I feel uncomfortable, you know? And it was small situations that it's just like if you treat your artist like you actually care about them, would have been so easy. But when it's like you making something so small, so big, now I have to stand on it because now I feel like you're not respecting the fact that I'm telling you I'm uncomfortable.
Can you give me an example?
Growing up in church, you know, when you go to church, you got to dress a certain kind of way. And my mom was very much one of those parents until I got, maybe 17, 15, 16, She wasn't as hard on me about it, but like I was in church clothes all my life. So, when they tell me because I sing R&B, I have to dress like this, I don't want to dress like that. Not at this moment in my life. Maybe I might change my mind later. Who knows? But right now, you're not telling me that I have to dress that way. It just, I did it my whole life. Let me be comfortable. I did this to be comfortable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Now they're trying to get you to be uncomfortable.
So something so small, like just leave me alone about it.
What, they want you to be like a sex symbol type?
I guess, if that's what you call it. I don't know.
Okay.
And there's situations that call for that. But I'm not walking around like that every day.
Yeah.
Like my wardrobe can't just have slacks and button downs. Like I get it. But on those moments, I know how to respect the situation.
Did you have a lot of conversations with your mom about your career when you were going through a lot of those things?
Not that I can say. She would always ask, and I would always tell her all the positive stuff.
You never told her the negatives?
Yeah,
Why?
I just never wanted her to worry about me.
Okay.
Yeah, she's one of them moms. She a praying mama too, so I just felt like I had to call you. I felt it in my spirit, so the minute you tell her something that she just like, oh, that don't sound too good, then it puts worry on her, and I ain't want to do that too.
Okay. So during this point where you're doing extremely well, was there anything outside of the labels trying to package you a certain way that was something that was eye-opening to you during that whole rise?
Eye-opening in which way? Because, there could be...
You could do a negative and a positive way.
Something that is... it's real easy, but it's just like something like... So my mom, me and my mom are close, and she raised me well, you know what I mean? And she always taught me to be a leader, not a follower. And you get drilled in the head with that as a kid. You just kind of like, I hear you. But that's what she instilled in me.
Yeah.
So for me, it was just like, you can't tell me that I have to go left.
Yeah. If you feel
One, my mother said I didn't have to. But now, if you can explain to me what a compromise can be going left, and we get to a compromise where I'm comfortable, that's different. But they don't never want to compromise with the artist, because to them, you should be doing what we tell you
yeah,
to do.
like we know the system works.
Yeah, we know this. But they're just, 9 times out of 10, they're trying to recreate something that they've already seen, instead of just letting artists evolve like they always do.
Do you did you like being an artist? Is there, because there's a reason why you stepped away for a little bit, right?
A lot of that was more so just business, but
What the reason why you stepped away?
nobody never really steps away from music because they just want to step away from music. Sometimes it's just the right situations aren't presenting themselves, or some artists make it bad for themselves.
Some artists, what?
They make it bad for themselves, So it depends on why people step away. But for me, it was just, I was signed to Def Jam for 2.5 years, and you can force the label to move, but if they don't really care, like if they're like, we're not gonna lose anything, they're not gonna move. They'd rather let you go than.
Did they let you go, or did they?
No, I
hold you
asked to be.
hostage?
I asked to be released.
And they did.
Yeah, and that was with Def Jam. Well, I did that with Capitol and Def Jam, but
Okay.
Yeah.
Were you at Def Jam when Jay was running it?
I think I came. I got signed right before he took over.
Okay.
But that was where that breakdown happened. You know what I'm saying? L.A. Reid signed me, and then L.A. Reid left, and then came in Jay. So, people that run those labels, they have their go-to people that they already have in mind that they.
So they lean on, yeah.
Yeah, like I'm up against Rihanna, Neo,
Kanye.
Dream, Kanye.
Yeah.
Like
He
all
came
these
in with his
people were
own, yeah.
already on this label.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
that was a tight ass crew too, yeah.
they were running things. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I can always say I was signed to Def Jam, but a lot of artists always want to be able to say that. But and I have nothing against Def Jam. Def Jam ran their system how labels run their system. They didn't do me a disservice. It was just one of those. Like the Def Jam play was more so. I'm not on Capitol no more, but yeah, get this boy a check real quick. That's how people get checks. You sign to a label, they give you an advance. There it is.
So what made you say I want to get released?
So during that time I'm doing mixtapes and stuff like that, just to let people hear stuff. Like I'm still working, I'm on Def Jam, but they'll get to me eventually. I never said anything bad about Def Jam. But yeah, so when I would put stuff out, UMG kept blocking my songs because I'm technically Universal Music.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm like, dang, well.
But why were they blocking? Oh, because you got released?
Because I'm not supposed to be putting out music.
This was
because
before
it's
you
not
got
coming
released
through
or
Def
after?
Jam. No, this is before I got released.
Okay.
But I can release whatever I want to. You know what I'm saying? As long as I fulfill my commitment as far as albums and stuff with the label. If the label asks me for an album, I need to have an album ready.
Yeah.
But then also the flip side to that, which a lot of artists don't do, is if I have an album ready, and I say I have an album ready, the label's supposed to move on that too. That it's a two-way street. That's how it's supposed to be. So
But if they don't release the album, you could still put out music?
you should be allowed to do that, but
you said
it just depends.
But
on-
UMG, when you did it, you said UMG blocked you?
Yeah, they blocked them.
What do you mean by that? I mean, this
Because
is old school way. This is before.
I'm technically property of UMG, who
so they blocked
who
distribution.
owns Def Jam.
Did they block distribution?
This
or
this
market?
might be like YouTube and stuff like that.
Okay.
This is before YouTube. There was a monetization of YouTube. This is when you just like, hey, listen to my stuff. Go to my YouTube channel. People wasn't really making money off of YouTube at that time, but they was. I mean, and it's fair. They had the right to do that.
But when you say blocking, I don't understand. What did they block? Distribution? Did they block
No,
marketing?
they could have so your song can't be played in a public forum. Because now YouTube's like, well, we can't go against Universal. We're not trying to end up in a lawsuit because of that. It's a whole
Oh, I see what you're saying.
long stretch of.
So were you at least doing shows to make money during all of this? Like, how are you eating? How are you
At this
surviving?
point, so I mean, before all of this, when things at a high point, I mean, which we skipped over a lot of that, but I mean, it's like being on the R. Kelly tour, going on tour with Keisha Cole, doing the tour with Trey Songz. Like, I did all those tours, but when things around the Def Jam time, it's like I'm still only known for my first album, but I had 2 albums out, so. The shows slow down and, I mean, that just happens.
What was like a highlight during your career where you were like, it was a definite highlight where you were like, I've arrived?
When I did Jay Leno.
Why particularly Jay Leno?
I mean, because back then it was just like that was the thing to do. I was one of the, probably last people to perform because I was on like the last season. But, and then I got a chance to do Arsenio Hall, but yeah, those moments. So being nominated for Grammy, I mean, there's a list of things, like it's not just one. Things that I never asked for, I thought that I would accomplish. Like my dream was to just drop a song. I mean,
What's the what? Just
drop a song, just
that's
one
it.
song.
That was your dream.
Yeah, I want to hear myself on the radio.
So you surpassed that. And how was it listening to it on the radio?
I mean,
they got a lot of play on the radio.
As well as you can imagine, that's the thing. At this point, I've heard listen to that song. I couldn't even put a number on how many times. But there's always going to be something special when you hear yourself on the radio. It's just like y'all playing me. It don't matter how old it is, how new it is. It's just because the city's listening to that.
So
or XM or whatever.
Yeah. So coming from being a preacher's kid
Mhm.
and then getting into the industry, which is definitely not, I would say, preacher kid supportive.
Right.
What kind of sinnerish lifestyle things did you do, contrary to what you were raised on?
I mean,
like,
it was
was there certain lines that you crossed?
It was a lot of weed smoking. It was a lot of alcohol drinking, and a lot of extracurricular activities. Yeah, what they would consider the world of fornication and sin. Yeah, I mean,
you did that bit.
It's the industry, man. If you're not rooted a certain kind of way, it can get you. It can get you.
Can you give examples of how it could get you?
Oh man, just getting caught up into that life, that fast life, the drugs or whatever, or just the fame itself. Fame is addicting. I don't necessarily care for it, but that's just because I'm an introvert, which don't really work well with what I do, but I know how to treat my fans. I'm very respectful to them, but yeah, you can get lost in this, and most of these people are not your friends, Yeah, they're just not. But it's a networking type of industry. You gotta, hey, what's going on? You gotta play the game.
It's funny. I've worked like different jobs. I've worked regular jobs, and I've been in the industry. And I always say, like, when I work a regular job, I walk away with real friends. In the industry, it's interesting. Like, you could work with a team for 10 years and walk away, and those people aren't really your friends anymore. It's like that chapter's closed, and
crazy.
that's it. I mean, to some degree, there is some level of friendship, but I will say, like, that was, like, I remember doing, like, 10 years and walking away with, like, wait, no one's, like,
you realize
really your
how
homie.
much they were your
like,
associates the whole time.
They were more associates. Yeah, it's weird. I'll be like, we're family. We die for each other. And it's like, oh, I exited. So
yeah,
that's
that's the sad thing, and that's across
Weird.
industries. Like,
But no, like I feel like if I worked at Walmart, I'd walk away with more friends than if I was in the industry. I feel like if I walk away from the industry, then I don't walk away with the friendships.
Because this industry and entertainment, it's about being better than the other person. It's it stopped being about how good and the quality of whatever it is. It stopped. I don't know why, but I'm appreciative of especially like platforms like this where people can have real conversations because a lot of it just be cap and just too much going on, you know. And it's people will use you and be your friend. They will befriend you for what they need from you.
Yeah. Sometimes I think like when it comes to the industry, there's like not enough meat on the bone, so it's like a dog eat dog world, and maybe that's why there's no like real authenticity in the friendships here.
I mean, but you
Because
there
everyone's
there
like
are some here.
carving out a lane.
There are some here. There are some very great relationships, but those are like one and few in between, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I worked with Nick Cannon for a very long time, and when I first started working with him, a lot of the things, the way he moved, didn't make sense. But then, like by the 10th year, I was like, yo, like this dude is paying attention to everything in the room,
Right.
like without looking, you know. And I started to like see like there's like an extra set of eyes you need to have, extra
Absolutely.
sense of clarity you need to have, and you got to pay attention to like what's not being said more so than what's being said.
Absolutely.
Right?
I couldn't have said it better myself. Yeah. I mean, it's so many times I could tell you that I have a better relationship, and you would think it's different. I mean, I have some very good relationships, especially like in the male R&B, because they think that we don't know each other, we don't get along, or we don't talk because we all sing R&B. But like, you'd be surprised, we all actually get along very well. But even within those group of people, there's maybe a few I'll fight for and a few I wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? But that's because there's different relationships there. You know, and it's kind of fine. I ain't even gonna say it's kind of hard to find. It's very hard to find people that are authentic, but that's just because, like you said, it's dog eat dog.
There's definitely dog eat dog.
And you know, I want that money. I want that back. I mean, my mother raised me, don't praise money. I mean, which is probably horrible when you're thinking about generational wealth. You know what I mean? Because you kind of have to.
Well, generational wealth is like I would say it's
somewhere, though.
It does start somewhere, but I like generational wealth because I feel like it's
Somebody got to do it.
someone's got to I guess someone's got to start it somewhere, I guess. But I will say this in a testament to the industry is that I will say that it's a male dominated space.
Absolutely.
But shout out to the women because I do feel like the women of the industry definitely stick together a little bit better. I don't see as much haterade in the women behind the scenes. We be hating on y'all. Like,
See,
there's a lot of manicap in the industry.
This the thing, though. And because it's like, where's the line of hate versus opinion now? You know what I'm saying? Because, like, I can call any opinion you hating.
Yeah.
So it's like, when are you really hating and when is it still opinion? Because I feel like people are allowed to their opinions, but then it's.
And so we're in a cancel culture age, so everyone's scared to give an opinion. And
But
then
why, though?
And then they scared to give an opinion, but then the second like you give an opinion, you a hater.
Oh yeah. I mean,
it's
it's happened to me multiple times.
Shoot. I was just called a hater in the previous episode.
Dang. But
Hating on
nah.
my brother. That make no sense.
But yeah, it's. I mean, so I literally stopped having an opinion about stuff.
It's quite really.
Yeah, I mean, cause it's exhausting. It's exhausting. Like when you talking to people and you giving them your opinion. I mean, they may agree with you, they may not. When it's a world of people that's just like, if you're not on the big opinion of the mass, they don't want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody wants to take accountability or actually be told something is messed up.
Yeah. I guess. Yeah, I guess. So are you out of the music industry in totality? Like when are we gonna hear something new?
No, I mean, I predominantly do more touring than anything. I've been recently on this tour, this R&B kickback tour with Young Fly Entertainment. That it's like a never ending tour. It's just we just be bouncing around all year.
Wow.
You know what I mean? It's an R&B male, tour. But no, I have an artist that I'm working on right now. So being independent, sign myself to myself for whatever I do in the future. You're gonna have to do business with Holiday Music Group because I'm just not taking the other route again. I'd rather be the production company that does the business with the label.
Okay.
Versus me being just an artist.
Okay.
So I have an artist that I'm actually about to drop. His name is Rico Anthony, and he sings. But that's my focus right now.
After
That's my focus.
experiencing like how the labels handled you, do you handle your artist with like, I know what works and what doesn't, or do you listen to him a little bit more because you got to see both sides?
I tell him the truth. I keep it fresh. Like I put him up on game. You know what I mean? Incorporate your company. Come out being signed to yourself. That way.
So you're like looking out for him while doing business with him?
Yeah. I mean, because you don't have to take all of an artist's money. You know what I mean? Like if you believe that this artist is going to do well, you know what I mean? Like if you think your artist is only going to make $100,000, then I can see how you might think 10% is. Why would I want 10%? No, we want 50%. Like artists stay more themselves and create and evolve better when you give them a platform to actually know that they're safe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like some of these artists just get money thrown at them and they like, I'm good because I got this, but.
So let's talk money for a second. So when you were at your peak of peaks, were you making a lot of money, or was it like a similar TLC type situation where you weren't making as much as big as you were? Because I'm always curious about that now, especially in the world of like social
I was making
media
good money.
stuff.
I mean, I still make good money, but that was obviously a different time. But I've never been in a 360 deal, so I don't know what it feels like to not get certain things that just are owed to artists.
Yeah. So like you get all your touring money, you get all everything.
A label will never get my touring money.
Okay.
You know,
That's a great deal. You're in a great
I've
time.
never been in. I didn't even sign a 360 when I signed a Def Jam.
Okay.
But
I think that's right around the time when they started dropping those, wasn't it?
They was starting to come in quick. They was coming in quick for sure. They was just hitting everybody with 360s. But yeah. So I mean, then it was. You gotta think and that comes from my mom. Like I said, was one of 11. They had a lot of, They didn't get a chance to build any kind of wealth growing up. So there was nothing to pass down to any. You know what I mean? So it's like now I have to be that person that, and it ends up being like that for a lot of people that make it. So when I was making that money, I was more so playing catch up, whether it be for myself or taking care of my mom or, helping family members. I mean, that's just.
Were you able to invest any of it into something outside of the?
Absolutely not. I mean, yeah, I know,
that's
right?
rough.
That's crazy.
I'll be like generational. Whenever I think generational wealth, I think real estate. I think it was Bow Wow's mom that took a lot of his money and put it in real estate when he was very early off.
I mean,
you didn't get to do any of that, or?
But when you have certain tools, like your access to things never end. You know what I mean? So I'm just not so like I've done movies. You know what I mean? I don't talk about it a lot in interviews, but yeah, like I was in a recent movie from maybe a year, 2 ago. So I'm focused on other things, but now being able to have the mindset of everybody's good now, and it's sad that sometimes it takes that long for everybody to be good. Now that I can focus on myself and actually do all of those things. I just never spent time to do it. It's not that I couldn't. It just wasn't my focus.
So if you're the production company, there's no need for distribution, so there's no need to do any partnerships with labels now, right?
Depends. I mean, if nobody's ever going to get Beyonce, Taylor Swift, Chris Brown, Usher, Big not being signed to a major label.
You don't think so?
It's not going to happen.
Even with the way social media
Not
is
going to
looking,
happen.
even with
They
the
control everything.
Really? I didn't know that. Why do you think that? Because they control that much. Even though these but the independent, you don't even have to. Who cares about being that big anyways? All that
Because
matters is the money at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a million, then no, you don't need a label.
Like who wants to be Beyonce who can't go into a freaking mall?
But the point is to spend other people's money.
Yeah.
You know, that's always been
But that's what I'm saying. Like as an independent, if you went independent without the labels, you're gonna make way more money now.
Oh no, absolutely. But when I tell you, some of these labels are so greedy. They like to think, all right, let's just get this deal. It's like stocks for them.
So if you had any advice for anybody, you would still be anti-label?
Nah, I mean every situation, everybody gets a different deal. You just got to make sure that you negotiate the right deal. You know, I've been in some great deals, but between playing catch up with family and going through different things with labels, you know, certain things slip through the cracks. You know what I mean? That's just how it be for some people. A lot of artists shit be overwhelming sometimes.
What advice would you give to anyone trying to get into the game at this stage? And do you think you could give advice? What?
No, I said don't do it. No, I'm playing. It's hard to tell
You
somebody.
wasn't playing. You sounded hella serious.
No, it's just know what you're getting into. That's all I can say. And that's in any part of life, but just know what you're getting into. Just know it's a dirty game. Know your stuff. Know your business. Or get some people around you, a team around you that know it. You know, so you're not being taken advantage of, or it's so many different levels and avenues and streams that people don't even think about because people don't think big. Think big.
Give an example of different streams.
I'm just like, why didn't anybody in my circle capitalize on Serta mattresses or the Sleep Number bed or Cadillac? Or, you know what I'm saying? My album was called Back on My Lack. Like, why? That's not my area of business, so I don't know.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Think out of the box.
Big.
Yeah, think bigger.
Think big, but know your stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Know your stuff.
Damn, you didn't even think that not once when you were doing at the time.
I
But
didn't.
now you look back like, damn.
The way people making money now, you know, it's so easy now, especially with social media and the internet. And so that's, you know,
Now,
one of
do you
those
think
things that
it's
slip through the
easier
cracks.
with social media or harder with social media?
Depends on if you're one of the people that got a bot running your page.
A bot running your page?
Yeah. I mean, everything can be bought. Simple as that.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, I can spend the money to make my page look a certain way. And then now I'm coming across your timeline and you don't even know how.
Look at the social media girl up there. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta spend money to make money.
Okay. Well, where can people keep up with Jay Holiday? Everything you got going on.
My Instagram really. Instagram KingJHoliday. I was about to say .com. King J Holiday, or you can go to Facebook. I got a Facebook. You know, band page J Holiday.
And then you stay touring.
Yeah, I'm always on the road. And like I said, I'm working on my artist. He'll be out very soon. You know, we got some photo shoot stuff and all that to do this week. So.
Oh, nice. Well, I'm glad you came by and blessed me with a good meal. It's good. I'm gonna finish it, guys.
Nah,
I just don't want.
it's cold
I don't
now.
want to
Don't do
eat
that.
all into the. No, it's good.
Don't do that. It's cold now. Okay.
It tastes good. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Eating While Broke. Peace.